This is the village of Putnam's Landing, located some 50 miles north of New York City on Long Island Sound. Rich in history and tradition, Putnam's Landing was founded in 1628 by one Samuel Putnam. There is very little to be said about Samuel Putnam, as the day he landed, he was scalped. It was the last really interesting thing that happened in Putnam's Landing for more than 300 years. This is the crack commuting train, the 529 from Grand Central. Makes its run in an hour and 10 minutes. These are the happy commuters. In the last 5 years, these contented country dwellers have made 1,250 round trips. That means they have each wasted a total of 2,920 and 2/3 man-hours aboard this train.
Hey, scotch and soda! Scotch and soda! Hey! Hey, pass one of those back here, will you? Make it a double, it's getting late. Hey, I'll settle for a single, straight. Thank you, I'm very grateful. It took me all this time to get my first drink. Sure can use it. Putnam's Landing! Putnam's Landing! Don't forget your parcels.
Do you think success will spoil you, Harry Bannerman?
Hi, Angela. Say, you haven't seen Grace around here anyplace, have you?
No. Have you seen my Oscar?
No. Well, he wasn't on the bar car anyway.
Well, if he wasn't on the bar car, he wasn't on the train.
Yes, you have a point there, yes.
Hello? No, honey, no, it's just that Danny swallowed something. Fortunately, the plumber's here. Honey, look, there's a lot going on. Do you suppose you could take a cab just this once? All right.
Everything all right?
No, Grace got tied up. She wants me to take a cab.
Oh, that's all right. I'll drop you. Look, no meter.
Well, thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gee, could I make an observation?
Yes.
What is that devastating perfume you have on?
Pink boudoir.
Well, yum.
Well, now, may I make an observation?
Go right ahead.
That is sweeter than anything my husband has said to me since we've been married. I'll remember it as I sit alone tonight, getting loaded.
Gee, I wonder why Grace couldn't meet me. Probably something got clogged.
Oh, think positively. The trouble with you is you should have had a couple more drinks on the train.
I didn't have a drop.
Why?
Well, it's a long story with an unhappy ending.
Oscar always has a couple of drinks on the train. To brace himself so he can face me, I guess.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But I have a couple of doubles, because the way I look at it is that he is twice as hard to face as I am. Not that I miss him, but I wonder what happened to him.
I don't know, guys in television are always going off somewhere unexpectedly.
One of these days, I'm going to go off somewhere unexpectedly.
Oh, yeah?
To Reno, Nevada. Of course, the sad part is I don't really want a divorce. I mean, I like being married. I just don't like being married to Oscar.
Actually, Grace is a remarkable girl.
Actually, Oscar is kind of a poop. No. The whole problem is there just aren't any eligible bachelors in Putnam's Landing. Of course, the joint is absolutely jumping with married men. I could pick up any one of them. Ping. Anytime I wanted to.
Oh, don't point that thing at me. I'm a I'm a happily married man. I have a happy home and a happy wife and 2 happy children. I couldn't be happy. I'm very happy indeed. Oh, if someone were unhappy, you could certainly make them happy.
Oh.
I mean, you're very attractive. Gosh, you sure do smell good.
Thank you.
But don't you think you better watch where you're going? No, I was saying there's no question about it. I mean, if I weren't as happy as I am, I mean, there wouldn't be any question about it. You could make me. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't mean anything. Angela, really, I didn't mean.
I wish you had.
Are we waiting for a red light or something?
No. Here's your happy home.
Oh, yes, so it is. Well, gee, thanks for the lift and for the laughs, Angela.
So long, Happy.
Oh, funny girl.
Hi, fellas. Shh. Hey, fellas, Daddy's home. Thank you, gentlemen. I am deeply moved. You gotta do something about that television. Oh, boy. Is this all we got?
Mm-hmm.
Well, while you're at it, will you make a note to get some more whiskey? Wait a minute. Now, drop the pen. What are we writing?
A deposit for a new washing machine.
A new what?
You're in a lovely mood.
Well, what kind of a mood do you expect me to be in? I come home to my mortgage-covered cottage. The kids don't talk to me.
You only come home to your mortgage-covered cottage. I am home. I'm the one who has to face the washing machine breaking down and Danny swallowing his allowance.
All of it?
All 5 pennies.
Well, I knew something got clogged.
Very funny.
Man, why did you do that to your daddy? Now, just for that, you turn off that television set, and you take your brother, and you go upstairs, and you look at your radio.
How do you look at a radio? Don't correct your father.
You heard what your mother said. Now!
That's right. Yell at the children. The alcohol speaking.
What? Where? I haven't had any alcohol.
I don't know why you do it. You can't face us when you come home. You can't face me or your beautiful children or your lovely home.
Can't face you. Honey, half the time you're not here to face. Now, people are beginning to think that the babysitter's my wife.
And what have you been doing to make them think that?
What? Honey, don't change the subject. Now, where were you on Monday when I came home? Monday was den mothering in the woods with a pack of other people's mistakes, and I had cold scraps from Sunday. Then on Tuesday was the meeting for the committee for the preservation of,
Unknown landmarks.
Yeah, thank you. Unknown landmarks. And I sat shivering with a frozen TV dinner. Hey, listen. I get the chills every time I think of dinner at home.
So now you think it's wrong for me to take an interest in my community,
No, an interest is fine. Honey, this town has got more committees than the United Nations. You seem to be on every one of them. We had more home life before we were married, Grace Oglethorpe.
And now you're attacking me for doing my civic duty.
No, civic duty is fine. Up to a point. But you've gone beyond that point. Honey, you're not a conscientious citizen anymore. You're a conscientious sucker.
Thank you very much.
We had a fella in the office, had a wife just like you. Committees. You know what he did? He went out and he found himself a little home life away from home. She was a rare beauty, too.
Where did you see her?
He showed me her picture.
All right. All right, Harry Bannerman. that's what you want, you go out and you find yourself some little floozy and you see if...
Honey. Darling, I don't want that. I couldn't afford it, even if I did. Darling, I want you. I love you.
And I love you, too. So why are we fighting?
Because when I come home, I don't know.
Harry, how would you like to go away for a couple of days?
With me, alone?
Oh, no, honey, I mean both of us.
Honey, you mean that?
Of course I mean it.
Oh, now you're talking. Now you're really talking. See, I'll get that babysitter in. I'll get Sid Harris to take over at the office for me. I got a great idea.
What?
We'll go to New York. We'll get us a suite at the St. Regis Hotel.
Oh, that's a divine idea. Can we have breakfast in bed?
Ooh, can we have breakfast in bed? And lunch in bed, and dinner in bed. Maybe even a mid-morning snack in bed. Hey, look, if we leave right now...
Honey, we can't leave now.
Why not?
Because there's a town meeting.
Oh, so what? Skip it.
Well, darling, I would love to, but Betty O'Sheill's garbage plant comes up for a vote, and I swore to her we'd be there.
Well, can't we send proxies? I mean, that's only garbage.
Oh, honey, I'm on her committee. She needs my moral support.
Well, I need your support, too, honey, moral and otherwise.
Well, how about tomorrow?
I don't know if I can restrain myself until tomorrow.
Well, you just have to make the effort.
Okay.
Honey, I can't make it tomorrow either.
Why not?
I called a meeting of my pageant committee.
Is it that time of the year again already?
Now, Harry, you know what my pageant means to the town. Well, what would they do on the 4th of July without it?
They might enjoy themselves. You think it's any fun sitting up there in those bleachers watching George Washington dripping sweat when he's supposed to be freezing to death at Valley Forge?
Well, this year I've decided to do something different. Something bigger and better.
Like what?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Well, if you decided that we can definitely go on Saturday.
Harry Bannerman, where's your mind? Saturday's your son's birthday.
Which one?
Harry Bannerman.
Well, I got a right to know.
Well, it's Danny's.
What about Sunday? I love Sunday in New York.
Well, Sunday's the birthday party.
I thought you said the birthday was on Saturday.
Well, the birthday's Saturday, but you see, Dickie, Sutpen, and Billy and I have a dancing lesson on Saturday, so we decided to switch the birthday party on Sunday.
Well, for $64,000, why can't you make it Monday?
Well, we can.
We can?
If you want to take Peter with us.
Honey, now, I love our firstborn as though he were human. But why do we have to take that little monster with us on our second honeymoon?
Because Monday's the day you take Peter in to get his bright plate fitted.
Oh, yeah, his bright plate. Just one last damaging question. Since you knew all along that we were never going to be able to make it, why did you tantalize me by bringing it up in the first place?
Oh, it's not all my fault. I love you.
And I love you, too. From afar. And someday when Dickie Sutphen and Billy Nye have learned to dance, and they found a new driver for the Bloodmobile, and they haven't formed that committee that you'll have to form the Woman's Auxiliary of, and medical science has found a cure for these mentally retarded do-gooders. Someday, Grace Bannerman, mark my words, I'll get you yet.
All right.
If Harry Bannerman believes that his life is complicated now, he should only know that at this very moment, Angela Hoffa is doing a bit of conniving on her own. But wait, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's see who's calling.
Yeah? What I said still goes. Yeah? Who? Mrs. Hoffa. That's my wife. Tell her to hang on.
I'm sorry. He's on another line. Oh, the line. Well, all right, I'll wait. I've got nothing else to do but stand here and shiver and drip.
Oh? Oh, all right, put her on. Angela, what do you want?
What do I want? Oh, I don't know. Love, power, immortality.
What's the matter with you? You loaded? Now, what is it you want? I'm busy.
I hate to remind you that you called me. But while you're on, I was just wondering, in my naive, girlish way, why you weren't on the 529.
How should I know why I wasn't on the 529? Oh, here it is in black and white. I'm flying to Hollywood tonight. Didn't they tell you? Of course I gotta go. How do I know why? I'm going.
Let's keep it gay, Oscar. And let's close with a laugh. And here's the biggest laugh of the evening. I'll miss you.
Angela, I don't get it.
Ping.
No, of course not, Angela. No, it's no trouble at all. Angela, what good is it to be neighbors if we're not going to be neighborly? Yeah, all right, in half an hour. Bye. It was Angela Hoffa calling. She wants us to pick her up on the way to the meeting, because it seems that Oscar is off to Hollywood again. I don't know how they live together. They never see each other. Harry? Harry, how long have you been seeing imaginary movies?
On the back of my eyelids.
On the back of your eyelids. Since you were 6?
5. I've told you 1,000,000 times. When I was a kid, they were mostly westerns, but then around 10, things kind of changed. Harry Bannerman in Red Dust with Jean Harlow. Of course, in my version, I took her away from Clark Gable, which was quite a trick, considering that I was only 3 feet tall.
You know, I've been discussing this with Sally Stingle's brother. He thinks it's a definite neurotic symptom.
It's a gift.
Not according to Sally Stingle's brother. However, he says it really isn't serious, and he can probably stop it in 6 weeks therapy.
Stop it, honey. It saved my life 1,000 times. Town meetings, PTA, lectures, and often when we have company.
May I ask what's playing at the Harry Bannerman Theater tonight?
It's a movie I created myself, and I can twist it any way I want.
Harry, beloved, I have traveled halfway round the globe to tell you I'm ready to make amends. No more committees, no more outside activities. I am ready to spend all my waking hours making you happy. You are my life, my love, my all, and I'm ready to prove it. Darling, what more can I say after I say I'm ready? Harry Bannerman, I'm ready.
Harry! Grace, let's skip the meeting. Let's stay home. Grace, I love you.
I love you too, but you're messing me up.
Well?
Honey, we gotta go to the meeting.
Can I stay here?
No.
Okay, tonight's town meeting, and tomorrow's the pageant, and Saturday is Daddy's birthday, but Dicky's up and Billy and I gotta learn how to dance, so they can't have the birthday party until Sunday, but Monday you gotta take Peter and have his bike ped fixed. But on Tuesday, you and I are checking in to the St. Regis Hotel, come rain, snow, or gloom of night. Now, we may get there a little late for breakfast in bed.
We'll get there in time for lunch.
In bed. Is that a date?
Yes.
Next Tuesday at the St. Regis, no matter what?
All right, you great big lovable overgrown boy. You have a date at the St. Regis next Tuesday, no matter what. Let me up, we gotta go. Come on. Let's go in and take a peek at the kids, hmm?
Cinderella's sisters are 2 real cubes, but her fairy godmother digs the action the most. Oh, you want to go to the ball, she asks? Crazy, Dad, Cinderella says, and wham, bam, alakazam, that no-talent pumpkin suddenly turns into a 4-passenger T-bird, and off they go to have themselves a ball. Dig it?
The most.
At least our kids are learning a foreign language.
Oh, you just don't dig it. You're getting old.
I am, huh? Just wait until Tuesday.
Before going on, I should like to pause briefly to examine some of the broader aspects of garbage disposal. We must face the fact that garbage disposal-wise, new vistas, new dimensions, new horizons are daily being opened unto us. Even a superficial glance at the facts reveals that there are not one, but 3 basic methods of garbage disposal.
I have brought a loaf of bread, a jug of wine. All I need is thou. And now.
We must stand together. And I am very pleased to report that if we stand together, we can acquire the perfect location for this plant. The old Yarborough property on Shore Road.
Wait a minute! I own the old Yarborough property, and you're not going to get it for a garbage plant. Mr. Crummett, may I? Now, let's save some words, Mr. Moderator. You're going to ask me why not, and I'm going to tell you I've sold it. And you're going to ask me who bought it, and I'm going to tell you who. The United States Army.
What? Why is the Army moving into a peaceful little village like this?
What about our daughters? Our daughters have been gently reared. What will happen to these pure, innocent girls when the town is filled with soldiers?
Mr. Crummett, I knew you were going to get back to me. Now, you're going to ask me, what does the Army want with that property? And I'm going to tell you, word for word, verbatim, exactly what they told me. Nothing. Top secret.
Must have order. His Honor has the floor.
Fellow citizens, as your mayor, I can safely say that our town faces the greatest crisis since Samuel Putnam was scalped.
Absolutely.
Are we going to sit by and be calmly blasted into kingdom come?
No.
Let's forget all this silly talk about garbage and get on to the important problem we've got ahead of us. We've got to keep this top secret out of Putnam's Landing.
Mr. Moderator, I move that we form a committee right now. The Women's Safety Committee for the Protection of Putnam's Landing. And as chairman of that committee, I would like to nominate the most public-spirited citizen it has ever been my honor to know, Mrs. Harry Bannerman.
Oh, you're swearing off, remember?
But they need me. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors, fellow citizens, I am humbly grateful for this great honor, this chairmanship of the
Women's Safety Committee.
The Women's Safety Committee for the Protection of Putnam's Landing, yes. Thank you. Now, of course, we're all aware that we have to act quickly. So I move that we appoint a spokesman to go to Washington and tell whoever's in charge that they will have to move their top secret someplace else. Who has the public relations experience, the strength, and the courage to put the Pentagon in its place and convince them that we mean to fight this whatever it is, no matter what the consequences? For this vital mission, I appoint none other than my husband, Harry Bannerman.
I second. Our motion has been made and seconded to appoint Mr. Bannerman spokesman. All those in favor?
Aye!
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion is carried. Mr. Bannerman, how soon can you be ready to go to Washington?
Oh, he can be ready to go on Monday. Can't you, Harry?
Feed his bite, Flav.
Forgot about that. Oh, then you can go next Tuesday.
No, next Tuesday is definitely out of the question.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you why. My wife and I are...
Harry, please. You'll be glad to go, Mr. Moderator.
Good. Well, that's it.
Grace immediately called a meeting of the Women's Safety Committee for the Protection of Putnam's Landing. So poor Harry took Angela home. And that's how Harry got his first drink and his second, third, and fourth. On reaching his fifth, Angela decided to get into something more comfortable.
What's on your mind, Harry?
I'd rather not say.
Well, give me a little hint.
That's a devastating outfit you have on, Angela.
I'm glad you like it.
Grace used to have a devastating outfit. Yeah, when we were first married, she had this pink peignoir. That's a transparent bathrobe, only pink.
She must have looked like a living doll.
Yes, she did, and we were very happy then.
I guess most people are at first. Well, what happened?
Well, she spilled cod liver oil on it. Yeah, one night, right in the middle of everything, she suddenly remembered that she hadn't given Peter his cod liver oil.
Oh, that's a shame. I guess the pink peignoir loses its magic when it has cod liver oil all over it.
Yeah, the cleaners tried, but it was never the same. She finally gave it to the janitor's wife and never got another one.
I don't know what to say, Harry.
And, of course, that made me look kind of silly.
Oh, why?
Well, you see, I had this black dressing gown that I sort of slipped into when Grace slipped in and out of her pink peignoir. With the pink peignoir gone, why, suddenly the black dressing gown didn't mean very much. She finally gave that to the janitor. But, I mean, it must have worked because within a year they had twins.
I had no idea, Harry. You've led a very tragic life.
Oh, I'm not complaining. It's just that sometimes I get this kind of helpless. We've both had quite a bit to drink. Angela, I think I better go home now.
Grace told you to take me home and not wait up for her. And the meeting may go on for hours and hours, so why hurry home?
Hell no. When you get right down to it, I don't know.
Well, ring-a-ding-ding.
Well, ring-a-ding-ding. I think I could be very funny if I could just think of something to say.
Well, how about shall we dance?
How about that? Shall we? May I take off my jacket?
Cha-cha-cha.
Choo, choo, choo.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2, cha-cha-cha. 1, 2.
You live here alone?
No, I have a roommate.
Oh.
But he's away in Hollywood tonight.
My roommate's away, too.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Yes, it is.
I wonder if coincidences have a meaning. Leads to exciting thinking, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Dangerous thinking, if we weren't both so strong.
Yes.
I think I better have another drink so I can think clearer.
I've got just what you need.
Well, hot choo, choo, choo.
While Harry takes his problem to Washington, the Bannerman's babysitter has a problem of her own.
Daddy-o, I want to talk to you.
You do? How unusual. Is there something wrong?
Oh, I'm bugged, Daddy-o. Something weird has happened. All of a sudden, I like boys.
Oh?
No, Daddy-o. I don't just like them. I mean, I go all ape when I even think about them.
I see. When did you first observe this, phenomenon?
This morning when Grady Metcalf got his motorcycle. You see, yesterday was his birthday, and his fossils promised him a motorcycle if he passed math.
By fossils, I presume you mean parents?
What else?
Excuse me. Am I also to understand that Grady Metcalf passed math?
Weird, Bill, ain't it?
It is, indeed.
He must have cheated. Well, anyhow, Grady Metcalf, who was one of the really serious meatballs of our generation, took me out riding on his motorcycle this afternoon. And do you know what? All of a sudden, he didn't seem like such a serious meatball at all.
Weirdsville.
You're getting sharp. But that's not the worst of it. All of a sudden, all the boys seem good to me.
That is, I take it, in the nature of a mating call?
Oh, it's Grady! Stop. Oh, I just hear that silly horn and I go all ape. Daddy, oh, why do I feel this way?
Comfort, child. If the good Lord in his wisdom had not seen fit to take your mother, perhaps she could answer you. All I can say is that no matter how bewildering it all seems, it is all quite natural, and soon everything will be in order again.
Oh, crazy, but what do I do in the meantime?
In the meantime, you've got 300 years of Puritan blood in your veins. Listen to it.
Okay. Night, Daddy-o.
Good night, Comfort.
Tell me something, Hay. What do you got against kissing?
I don't know. I just don't like it.
Well, how do you know you don't like it, Hay? Did you ever try?
No.
Oh, look, don't be a cube. I mean, there's nothing to it. You just got to remember to close your eyes and breathe through your nose. Close your eyes and breathe through your nose. There now, was that so bad?
No.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Well, okay then. Oh, what'd you want to go and do that for? I thought you liked kissing.
Oh, I do. I just figured it out. Kissing is wonderful. It's you I can't stand.
Across the Potomac from Washington, D.C., stands the Pentagon, mighty nerve center of our nation's defense, with 17.5 miles of corridors and 40 snack bars.
Do you realize that this is your first assignment since the Army got rid of its mules? Yes?
Mr. Bannerman is here to see you, sir.
Send him in. Here are the special orders for your troop detachment. You'll pick them up in Tennessee and have them in Putnam's Landing by the 27th. Yes, sir. How do you do, Mr. Bannerman? I'm General Thorwald.
Oh, yes. How do you do, gentlemen? Pleased to meet you.
My pleasure. This is Captain Hoxie.
How do you do, Captain?
I've asked him to be present because he'll be in command of the troops at Putnam's Landing. Now then, Mr. Bannerman, why don't you tell us what's on your mind?
Oh, yes. Well, the reason I'm here, General, is I'm in the public relations business, and I have, well, I'm alleged to have a certain persuasiveness, command of the English language, as it were. Well, at any rate, you see, my wife sent me down. I mean, the whole town sent me down to try to attempt to dissuade you people from putting your highly secret, whatever it is, thing in Putnam's Landing. The point is, General, that ours being a very simple residential community, why it's the town's feeling that this thing, whatever it is, will drastically upset the social equilibrium and the real estate values and that sort of thing. Yes, well, I hope you understand.
Oh, you needn't be embarrassed, Mr. Bannerman. The Army is somewhat accustomed to experiencing civilian opposition.
What's all this bunk about social equilibrium and real estate values? Everybody agrees we got to have an army, sure. But not in our town, huh? Oh, no. Just put them in somebody else's town.
Oh, no, wait, Captain. That isn't what...
Mr. Bannerman, the point is...
The point is that Putnam's Landing is full of yellow-livered, money-grubbing, pot-bellied feather merchants. If I had my way, I'd line them all up against the wall and shoot the whole creepy mess of them. Beginning with you buck-passing civilian.
Now, wait a minute, Captain. I did my part in the last war, and I'm still in the Naval Reserve.
A summer vacation sailor, huh? Serving this nation on a full-time basis ain't good enough for high-class guys like you. That's strictly for slobs like me and the general here, huh?
Captain Hoxie!
Yeah. All right, mister. Okay. We'll save your bacon for you. We always have, we always will. But just keep out of our way. And don't try to stop us from performing our duty.
Captain Hoxie, that will be all. Wait outside till I send for you. Mr. Bannerman.
I'll see you in Putnam's Landing. Feather merchant.
Mr. Bannerman, permit me to apologize. Captain Hoxie is a fathead. I mean, he's a hothead. But he's a good soldier.
Please, General, don't apologize to me. I said what I had to say. But my heart wasn't in it. I apologize for me. And, well, I apologize for Putnam's Landing and... Well, mostly I apologize for my wife, who got me into this preposterous position to begin with. Now, I don't know what you're going to do in Putnam's Landing. And I, of course, know that the Army is under no obligation to tell me. But whatever I can do up there, General, for you, public relations-wise, why, you just let me know. And with that hot fat head, to use your own words, that hot fat head in charge, you're going to need plenty of help.
Thank you, Mr. Bannerman. Thank you very much. Send Captain Hoxie in.
Yes, well, thank you, General. And remember, if I can be of any help...
I'll call on you.
Thank you. Well, good day. 412, please.
We've moved you into a suite, Mr. Bannerman, 608.
What do you mean you moved me?
Mrs. Bannerman insisted on it.
Mrs. Bannerman?
That's right. She checked in about a half hour ago.
You mean Mrs. Bannerman is here in Washington?
She's upstairs waiting for you right now.
No kidding. How about that, Grace? How about that girl? Hello? Give me room service, please. Hello? This is Mr. Bannerman speaking. Would you please send a tray of caviar and a bottle of champagne to Suite 608? Yes. Well, just to make it lots and lots of caviar, service for two and immediately. Well, I don't care, just so long as it's French and it's large. Make it a Magnum.
Hello, Harry.
Where's Grace?
On Putnam's Landing, I imagine. Doing something noble and civic-minded. Harry, I'm not going to bite you. Hadn't you better come in before a crowd gathers?
He said, the guest that Mrs. Bannerman had checked in.
Well, I suppose I could have registered as Mrs. Hoffa, but I was afraid eyebrows might have been raised. You know how provincial they are in Washington.
What are you doing here, anyway?
Lobbying.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but you look so funny. I really can't tell whether you're coming or going. Well, anyway, here we are. Mr. and Mrs. Harry Bannerman. I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, I know. So does Grace.
Darling, you seem absolutely miserable.
I am. Look, Angela, well, this is improper.
Why? We're both married. I know what the trouble is. Remember Pink Boudoir? I wore only one drop the other day, and you became quite excited. 2 drops, they say, is guaranteed to reduce any man to a quivering, whimpering mass of jelly.
Angela, please, in that case, I wouldn't go fooling around with it, because I'm a quivering, whimpering mass of jelly right now.
Oh, but it all seemed to go together so nicely. Pink perfume, pink peignoir, pink me. Oh, darling, seems to be stuck. Here, you try it.
Angela, I wouldn't touch that for $1 million.
Oh, darling, we have to get it open. I had this enormous investment.
Angela, please.
Oh, well, all right, I'll call the bell captain.
Oh, no, I'll do it.
You're so strong. I love a man with powerful hands. Oh, darling, are you all right?
Ooh. Smell the coat. Just smell it. I'll have to burn it or something. I mean, that's the only suit I brought. I'll never be able to go home like this.
Oh, it smells delicious. There's no question about that. Oh, I wish you managed to get a little of it on me. Well, maybe if we sort of hang it outside and let the air get to it or something. You won't be needing it for a while anyway. I don't know how you can resist you. I know I can.
Oh, Angela, please. What? I won't be able to go home for a week.
Oh, well, that's all right with me, Harry.
Oh, that's very clever. Sorry.
There you are, Black Beauty. You know, if I'd known you were going to spend so much time behind that chair, I'd have ordered a smaller suite.
No, Angela, you just fracture me.
It certainly is cozy, isn't it?
Say, listen, I don't suppose you'd be willing to slip into something a little less cozy.
Oh, don't you like my pretty pink peignoir? I bought it especially for you.
No, it's not that. It's just that Grace used to have a pink kind of...
Darling, I understand perfectly. I'm sure that it will be a lot better like this.
And that's worse.
Well, Harry, what else do you suggest?
Oh, Angela, take this and go.
Okay, fine, I'm going.
And don't come back till you're dressed for the street.
All right, calm down. I'm going. Don't worry, Harry. I'll think of something.
Operator, give me the valet service. Valet service, this is 608. How long would it take you to have a suit cleaned and pressed? Wait a minute, can you fumigate it? Oh. Well, yes, put it on special, super special, and beside that, hurry. Operator, would you please call room service and have them cancel that order for champagne and caviar? Never mind, it's here.
Surprise! Darling, you won. I said to myself when you left this morning, now, this is the day I promised Harry we would start our second honeymoon. And there he is, all by himself. Now, this is cruelty, not only to him, but to me. So here I am, feeling all lovable and cuddly inside and ready to make up for everything.
I'm gonna go down and get a haircut.
Funny like that. Besides, to use your own words, I don't think I can restrain myself. Why, Harry Bannerman. Oh, sweet, no less. Oh, you knew I was coming. Yes, you did, too. Well, honey, don't stare at me like that. I'm not a ghost. I'm for real. And I'm here to prove it, too. You see? I travel light. And since you look so comfortable, I may as well go and get cozy myself.
Oh, Grace, honey, I just want to tell you one thing. I love you. I've always loved you, and I always will love you. But right now, Grace, I love you the absolute most. I don't think a husband in the world could love you as much as I do. Now, would you believe that?
Oh, darling, of course I believe you. And may I say something?
What?
I'm convinced. Now, as Cleopatra once said, who takes the shower first, Mark? Oh, flowers. Darling, you think of everything.
Harry, I've got some clothes on now.
Oh, Grace, Grace. Now, when you said you'd believe me, I had nothing to do with it. It was a complete surprise.
Your coffee and champagne, sir.
You're right, Harry. It was a complete surprise. And then the fairy godmother touched the pumpkin, God bless you, with her magic wand, and it turned into a coach.
Mommy, it isn't a coach, it's a T-bird. Yeah, T-bird. Yeah, you're a cube, Mommy. I'm sorry, Mommy.
No, it's all right. You're absolutely right. Mommy is a cube. Well, run along upstairs and get ready for bed. I'll be up to tuck you in later. Night.
Grace, before you slam the door.
Harry, come in. I'm very glad you came.
You are? Oh, Grace, that's big of you.
Yes, this way you can take your bags with you. I won't have to send them.
Grace, now, wait a minute. There's a very, very simple logical explanation to all of this.
I'm absolutely sure.
Yes, I know, but it's not what you think. Now, see, I tried to get away from her. I really
did.
did.
You couldn't.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, Angela had a gun.
No, it wasn't that
She
either.
had an ether gun.
Honey, I didn't have any pants. I mean, I wasn't dressed... Grace, please, now, you're making this very difficult.
What did you expect, the gold watch? Harry, I have thought this all over, and it is very clear to me now. I just don't want to be married to you anymore.
Now, Grace, now, that's ridiculous. Now, what are you saying? I love you.
I can't believe that, Harry. And if I can't believe that, then I just can't be your wife anymore. You see how simple that is?
Hi, Daddy.
Hiya,
Say
Danny.
goodbye to Daddy, boys. He's going away on business.
For how long this time?
Oh, for quite a while.
How long is quite a while?
I think you'll have to ask your mother.
Now, come on, say goodnight to Daddy and run along upstairs to bed.
Goodbye, kids. I'll miss you.
Come on.
Hey, come on now. Do what your mom
Good night. Harry, up until now, I've managed to hold myself together. But one more minute of this, I'm... Harry.
What did I do?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
What did I do, Grace?
Harry Bannerman, you stink!
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Gotta have some form of recreation.
And here is a troop train heading eastward from Tennessee. Just a small cog in the big wheel that is destined to churn Putnam's Landing into chaos.
Men, as you were. In exactly 10 minutes, we reach our rendezvous point with the motor convoy. We'll proceed directly to our base, bypassing Putnam's Landing. Now, you've all been fully briefed. You know exactly nothing. That's the way it's going to be. Aren't going to be any guessing games about this top-secret project you've been assigned to. All your mail will be censored. All taverns are off limits to enlisted men. I'll tell you about further restrictions as they occur to me. Carry on.
This is the first time I ever been top secret. What's more important is what are we going to do for Boojum in a jerkwater town like Putnam's Landing?
Brother, we're dead. Stone cold dead. I mean, small town Boojum's tough enough, but Boojum in a small New England town? Gentlemen, it's hopeless. I don't know.
Oh, no, friend. Let me tell you about Hicktown. Now, I've been in New York, New Orleans, St. Louis, Chicago, and Hollywood. And I'll tell you the mortal truth. You'll find more boojum per square inch in hick towns than you will find in any big city in this here green earth. Now, but just remember one thing. That when we get there, when we start looking over that boo, they're going to be looking us over, too. The most important thing of all is look sharp. That's half the secret. Now, I'll tell you the other half. Act miserable.
I don't get it. Look sharp and act miserable?
Son, there ain't nothing attracts boo more than a miserable man.
Yeah, but how do we convince him we're miserable?
Now, that's the easiest thing in the world. Right. Tell the boo how lonesome you are for the boo you left back home.
Tell the new boo about the old boo?
Well, sure.
Yep. But what if he ain't got an old boo back home?
Well, then, lie. But lie from here. Lie from the heart.
Man, you are really an inspiration to us all.
Looks like a crowd's gathered at the bridge. I wonder why.
Funny feather merchants. I'm sure it's not a welcoming committee.
Close up, close up!
All right, let's clear this road. Clear this road, everybody. I said clear this road.
Never.
Never? What's going on here?
We have asked you to move your top secret elsewhere. You have refused. Now, we refuse to accept your refusal.
Lady, I got my orders, and I am crossing that bridge. So get these women and kids out of my way now. Clear out, everybody.
Never.
What?
Never!
Oh. I'll run him down.
Captain Hoxie, why don't we just take another road? There must be another way to get to the base.
My orders read, proceed north on Route 27 to the base. This is Route 27, and this is the way we're going to proceed.
Keep up the fight, girls. Let's keep up with this spirit. We're bound to win. Come on, close in the ranks.
We'll wait them out. They got to take those kids home sooner or later. That's it, driver. We'll wait them out.
That's a mighty pretty looking boojum over there. Don't see any reason for us to stand here. I suggest that we advance to reconnoiter.
Howdy, ladies. My men like to tell you how delighted we ought to be here. To forget this temporary minor unpleasantness, we'll just it'll quickly pass.
Ooh, a southern accent. I just go all ape when I hear a southern accent.
I'm gratified.
Listen, if you army cats think you can just come waltzing in here and take over our boojum, you got another think coming. I gotta talk to you.
Oh, flake off.
No, hey, I gotta see you right now.
Go away, little man. Shoo.
Come on, hey, cut the comedy.
Hey, friend. I don't believe the young lady wishes to accompany you.
What's it to you, Army?
I don't know, why don't you be a good fella and just...
Flake off.
Flake off.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now, why don't you take off before I gotta make little bumps all over your head?
Well, it's almost lunchtime. They got to take those kids home and feed them.
Getting away, ladies! Come and get it! There you are.
Okay, lady, that's what you want. You got it. We'll wait. We got all day.
These mothers are imbued with the spirit that has made America great.
All right, fellas, bring it in.
Hey, that'll do it. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Mobile News Unit. We're covering the crisis for television.
No pictures. Get this junk out of here. We're a top secret project, you crumb.
Captain, watch your language. You're on now.
Now listen. You get...
Yes.
Mr. Bannerman to see you, sir.
Send him in.
Oh, hello, sir. I flew down here the minute my office located me. I understand there's something urgent you want me to do.
Yes, you can adjust that left-hand knob.
What?
The left one, the vertical hole.
General, I'm not a repairman.
If you please, fix it.
I wonder if you'd be kind enough to explain your position to our viewers at home.
Gladly. Fellow citizens of America.
Situation normal for Captain Hoxie.
Here in Putnam's Landing, we have built a beautiful, peaceful little community.
Women and children
And now
are offering stubborn resistance to it.
to establish something so horrible that they're even afraid to tell us what it is. We are protesting with the only means available to us. Orderly, legal picketing.
Legal, my eye.
Oh, I might add, this is Captain Hoxie's first appearance on television.
Watch the feathers fly.
Here is their lovable, gentle leader. Notice the intelligent face. It gives one the impression that he uses his head only to keep his ears apart.
Hey, that's very funny what she just said.
That witch is the big troublemaker. I'd like to put a bomb under her.
I beg your pardon?
I said I'd like to put a bomb under her. She should be home pushing a broom. Better still, the witch should be riding it.
She's my wife.
Well,
She photographs nicely, doesn't she?
Tell Sergeant Jackson to load up and get ready to roll. We're moving out. I'm warning you for the last time. I'm coming through.
That
Let me ask
fathead.
Sure you can run it, sir?
How do you think I got these bars?
Okay, take it away.
Oh, no. I can't look at this. Where is he now?
He's in about 4 feet of water, sir. Maybe 5.
I knew it. I knew it. Mr. Bannerman, you once offered to do a public relations job for us in Putnam's Landing if we had trouble with a civilian.
Yes, sir. And it looks like you're having it.
Yes, it's quite a mess. And because of this, I have requested the Navy Department to activate your status as a reserve officer in the Navy and assign you to me, Lieutenant Commander Bannerman. You are in the Army now.
Yes, sir.
There's a naval officer to see you, sir.
A naval officer? Well, that's all I need.
All right, set a bit. Set it.
Oh, no.
What are you doing here? I believe I outrank you, Hoxie, but we'll dispense with the customary formality. I'm here partially because of my affection for the Naval Reserve, but mostly because you, to put it mildly, lack tact.
Well, I had a little axe today.
Oh, it was quite spectacular. The General and I saw it on television.
The General?
Mm-hmm. And here are my orders putting me in full charge of public relations for this base, reporting directly to General Thorwald.
You mean after 17 years in the Army, expects me to work with a civilian Navy officer?
Not with, Hoxie. For. That is, in matters of public relations, you will take orders from me. You are forbidden to use your brain. It's fully explained in there, 14 copies.
Well, you can't do this to me.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said, and here I am. Is your head clear now? All right. Hoxie, the most important thing that we have to do is to prove to this town that this top secret project is absolutely harmless. It is safe, isn't it?
Top secret.
And the most important person that we have to convince is my wife.
You can stop right there. I dislike your wife.
Oh, well, the feeling is mutual.
In fact, I may say I dislike your wife Almost as much as I dislike you.
Also mutual.
She made me look like a fool.
Well, don't blame my wife for your look.
Now listen, Lieutenant.
Commander.
How are you two men getting along?
Army and Navy.
Hand in hand.
Who is it? Who is it?
Hello?
I'm still not speaking to you, but why are you in uniform?
Oh, well, I vaguely remember that somebody nominated me to go to Washington, and that's where all my trouble started. Now I find myself back in the service, helping the Army create goodwill in a little town that I wish that we'd never moved into.
It's Saturday. I just put the children up for their naps.
Children, Daddy's home!
Hi, Daddy! Hi, Daddy! Are you a soldier?
Yeah! Let's go and play in your room, huh? Huh?
Fine.
Forward, march! Because of the peaceful influence of these God-fearing people, the Pilgrims soon won over the Indians, and the pipe of peace was smoked. You want to hear it again, boys?
Yeah.
The party's over. Come on, boys. It's bedtime. Get into your pajamas.
Come on, boys. Mind your mother now.
That's
Down,
right.
down, we're over.
5 minutes. I want to see you in those pajamas, all right? And I want to have a few words with you. Don't forget to brush your teeth. As for you, Harry Bannerman, I am not at all surprised that at a time of crisis in Putnam's Landing, you have joined the enemy. Well, go. Goodbye.
Good night, dear. Well, you set everybody in pajamas. I brushed my teeth, too.
Go away.
I can't. The boys made me promise I'd stay.
You coward, hiding behind children. I hope you spend a miserable night in the guest room.
I have been miserable in the guest room. Grace, I've been thinking about a lot of things, among other things, but one thing I've been thinking about most in particular, and I think now, darling, is the time to discuss that important thing.
Get up and get out.
All right, let's discuss the other thing. Grace, you don't realize what a spot I'm in.
Yes, I do. With me, you're dead.
Yes, I know that, but I'm talking about General Thorwald. Look, I flew in with General Thorwald this afternoon, and he made quite a point about telling me how important my job is.
Better luck away from home.
Thank you. Honey, look, if I goof on this job... If I goof on this job, General Thorwald says he has another job waiting for me. In Alaska. Well, suppose I get shipped up to Alaska.
Wear heavier underwear.
Well, just laugh this off. If I do get shipped to Alaska, that means I have to give up my business. And, well, on my Navy pay, I can't possibly keep up the payments on the house. And, let's see. Oh, yes, they'll probably repossess the car, and Peter will have to be removed from preschool. There will be enough for bare essentials, I suppose. I mean, plain, wholesome food.
While you're at it, why don't you suggest we put the children up for adoption?
Okay, all right, maybe I was laying it on a little thick, but let me tell you something, Mrs. Bannerman. Now, this is serious, and you can help. Maybe we can turn one of your many vices into a virtue.
Just what do you mean by that?
Your pageant, honey. Maybe the darn thing will bail me out. See, the way I see, if you can just use some of the soldiers in it, you know, along with the local talent, it's sort of a gesture of goodwill. Of course, it's only a little acorn, but,
Why don't you and your acorn grow up? All you have to do is prove to the people of Putnam's Landing that whatever that is out there is safe. Now, can you do that?
How can I, honey? I don't know what it is.
You're not only unfaithful, you're stupid.
I wonder who that is.
It's probably Angela Hoffa crocked and wondering if you can come out to play.
Who is it?
Military courier from Washington, D.C. with a special message for Mrs. Grace Bannerman.
Just a minute. Did you hear that?
Harry, can they do anything to me?
Oh, well, I don't know, honey. You have been fighting the Army.
I mean, if they tell me to go to Washington, do I have to go?
Of course. That'd be funny if you had to appear in front of a committee that you didn't form.
Mrs. Grace Bannerman
Yes?
of Putnam's Landing.
Yes, yes. It's for me, all right. It's from the Secretary of the Army.
Oh, he's very important, honey. He's close to the top.
Oh, he's appealing to me. He calls me the leading force in the opposition. He calls upon me to help give the installation a chance to establish itself peaceably in the community. In so doing, Mrs. Bannerman, you not only will be ending a major internal crisis, but will establish yourself as one of the truly great and unselfish patriots in our nation's proud history. Isn't that a slight overstatement?
Well, Grace, now, we don't know how vital this thing out there is to the Army.
Yeah, but what can I do about it? I'm on the other side.
Well, we can solve a lot of our problems if we'll just put our heads together.
Just
like
our
we
heads.
used to, honey, up in the bedroom.
No, like we're going to, right down here.
You heard me. Same thing goes for all of you.
Finish our drinks and get out of here, huh?
Hey, let's go, brother.
Oh, please, Captain. What are you trying to do? Empty my joint? You shouldn't have called them all feather merchants.
That goes for you, too. Hey, where were you during the last unpleasantness?
I keep telling you, I was all over Korea.
Well, don't change the subject. Look at you now.
Yeah? Well, how come you got no higher than the captain?
Well, I've been reclassified 3 times.
Yeah? Well, once more ought to do it.
You stay out of my icebox.
I wanted to... Never mind, I'll just drink. No whiskey, huh?
As long as you're not around, we don't need any alcohol. Of course, if I'd known you were coming, I could have gotten champagne and caviar. Hello? 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 It was Angela.
How could it be Angela if nobody answered?
I see it all now. You probably told her if a woman answers, hang up.
I wouldn't have your mind for anything. Now, just stop thinking about Angela and try
Can
to...
I? The very idea. A married man, father of 2 lovely boys, not satisfied.
Not satisfied. Grace, I didn't do
And
it...
premeditated, too. How long have you 2 been planning this orgy?
Orgy? Grace, I'm absolutely innocent. The minute that I saw Angela, you know what I did?
You took your clothes off. It all comes back to me. I forgot. We're finished. Now, and just what did you have in mind about my damn pageant?
I can't concentrate.
Well, come on, I'm listening.
No, it was only a half-baked idea.
Well, it's all right. Tell me anyway.
Well, when I was reading to the kids, it occurred to me that maybe the Army could play sort of brave, pioneering pilgrims that landed in a swarm of savage, hostile Indians. Forget it.
It's a half-baked idea.
Well, nothing would appeal to you in your frame of mind.
Well, is that all there is to it?
No,
You're
I had
just
some
going to
other.
leave it hanging
No, I
there.
had some. It could all end with all of these people smoking the peace pipe.
Well, it's better than last summer's George Washington freezing to death at Valley Forge. Perspiring? Huh.
Good night.
Well, you've done it.
I beg your pardon, but is there any reason why you shouldn't talk to me?
No. As a matter of fact, you could do me a very large favor.
Well, things are picking up here in Putnam's Landing.
Would you call this number?
Mm-hmm. Oh, now, please. And whom shall I ask for?
Harry Bannerman.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll just have another drink. Harry. Innkeeper.
May I use a little of your hot water?
You kill me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Well, without any help from you, I think we're doing very nicely. It's taking very definite shape, and, in fact, it could be brilliant. All we need is just one ingredient to sort of hold this spectacle together. Yes, I think I've got it. Towering above this majestic spectacle would be one dramatic voice, the narrator. Of course, I really don't know who's available for the part. We'd have to get a vibrant personality with a fine voice, beautiful, a captivating figure, simply clad.
Angela Hoffa in a bedspread.
Yeah.
Actually, Captain Hoxie, I think you've misjudged Harry Bannerman. He has a very understanding and kind and sympathetic heart. Look, if you just call him and tell him the truth, tell him that you accidentally drove your Jeep into the statue of Samuel Putnam, that you're here in the bar loaded, that you want him to come over and drive you back to the base.
I wouldn't ask a civilian in uniform for anything.
Well, then will you just call this number and ask for Harry Bannerman, and I'll take it from there. For me.
All right. For you. You got a dime? Thank you very much.
What a beautiful day it'll be. I mean, first your magnificent pageant, and with you having the only speaking role, and then the fun and the fraternization later.
Very beautiful, except who's going to persuade the citizens to participate with the soldiers?
That's your job, honey. After all, you're their leader.
I am not their leader if I'm speaking for the Army.
Well, what about the Secretary of the Army? You gonna let him down?
Why don't you answer it this time? Maybe she'll talk to you.
Oh. Hello.
Bannerman, this is Hoxie. Now, this was my idea because I wouldn't talk to you.
Yes, Captain Hoxie.
Oh, come off it.
Excuse me. Well, it is Captain Hoxie. Would you like to speak to him?
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Captain Hoxie, get yourself a drink.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just a minute. What was that, Captain Hoxie?
No, darling, this is Angela. Look, I'm here at your old Putnam house with your little friend, Captain Hoxie, and he's full of flit, and he's stoned out of his skull.
Yes, Hoxie?
He's ready to turn everything else upside down around here, so you better come right over and get him right away.
Well, look, dear, I can't get over there.
What?
Just a minute. You got me so confused. See, I thought I was talking to you.
Let me talk to him.
No, honey, you don't want to talk to him. Wait a minute. You don't want to talk to him. He's drunk. He's at the old Putnam house. He's wrecked his Jeep. He's about to wreck my whole public relations job. You don't want to talk to him.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Well, listen here, Hoxie. Now, Mrs. Bannerman wants to talk to you.
Oh, Oh, yes. Captain Hoxie.
And watch your language, will you? And pull yourself together, Captain Hoxie.
Yes, I will. Mrs. Bannerman. Mrs. Bannerman wants to talk.
Hello, Mrs. Bannerman.
Oh, it is you, Captain Hoxie.
Well, who did you think it was?
I welcome this opportunity to say a few words to you.
Captain Hoxie, I think you're a disgrace to the Army. Drunk and wrecking public property, you ought to be ashamed.
I want to talk to Mr. Bannerman.
Mr.? Mister?
Mr.
Oh, On second thought, I'd rather speak to your husband.
Says he wants to talk to you so he can swear properly.
Well, I'll take care of him.
Just a minute.
Here's Mr. Bannerman. I beg your pardon.
Drink, Captain Hoxie, to the bar.
I think you're exactly right.
Now listen here, Hoxie.
No, darling, you listen to me. You can't avoid me. I'm inevitable. Now, I understand that you are being tossed out of your happy little home. And Oscar called from Hollywood, and he's very suspicious. So why don't you help me make his suspicions come true?
Well, such language is just shocking. Listen, Hoxie, I will not drive you home.
Can you imagine you and me in Reno together for 6 weeks with nothing to do but roll dice?
No, my wife considers your call an intrusion, and she insists that I do not go out tonight.
Look, now you're hiding behind me. You're welcome to go.
No.
And stay. And hurry. He'll be right over.
Wonderful.
What? Who is this?
1, 2, 3, 4. This is the operator. Is your line in order?
Angela Hoffa is a worse actress than I am. Now she's playing an operator with adenoids.
The number you have been dialing is a wrong number.
Operator, tell your party I'll be right down. Did sound like Angela, didn't it? Well, all right, it was Angela, but it was also Hoxie, and he's drunk and he's on a rampage. Well, I couldn't get in any deeper than I am now, so I'm going.
Hi, Harry. See what I mean?
Come on, Hoxie, come on. Come on, Hoxie, come on. Shut up. What, sir?
Harry, what's your hurry? Have a little drinky.
No.
He'll have one, 3 brands.
No! Come on. Angela, please give me a hand. Help me get him out of the car. I gotta get him back to the base. Come on.
Only if I can go along.
All right.
All right. What?
Come on, Hoxie.
Wait a minute. Who's gonna pay his tab?
Here. Don't bother about the change. We'll be back.
Angela, please. Come on.
We'll be back.
Uh-oh.
Bannerman.
Oh, Jim. I've been working on a little public relations. Are you doing a bit of relaxing?
Do I look relaxed?
I've asked everybody on the base but you.
Have you seen Hoxie?
Hoxie? Oscar Hoffa?
Hello, Bannerman. Have you been fooling around with my wife?
Well, no. Why would you say something like that?
Just got in from Hollywood. Bad report on my wife. Some chiseler right here in Putnam's Landing.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Ouch!
It's only one woman in the world who says ouch like that.
So I caught you. Army, huh?
I'm sorry.
Oscar, I never knew you cared.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I want to thank Mr. Isaac Goodpasture for that splendid article describing my pageant. And, of course, I'm intensely grateful to General Thorwald. Through his efforts, our pageant will be even greater than ever this year. Now, of course, you understand, this does not mean that I am dropping my opposition to the establishment of a top-secret base in our community. Oh, no. It simply means that I am willing to give the Army a chance to prove that I am wrong. I regret to report that we have already received a great deal of unfavorable publicity. News of our resistance has caused grave concern in Washington, D.C. As a matter of fact, I have right here a letter that I received from the Secretary of the Army.
How did he get into this?
I repeat, none other than the Secretary of the Army, asking us to demonstrate our patriotism by giving the Army a chance.
A letter from the Secretary himself.
Let
How
us
did
rise
you ever
to the
swing
occasion.
that?
Well,
Let us say to him,
at the time, it seemed...
all right, Mr. Secretary. We hear your
What is the rap for forgery?
We give your Army a chance.
It's that bad. Excuse me.
Good evening, Mr. Bannerman. Why, Mr. Hoffa, we haven't seen much of you lately.
Yes, I realize.
However, we've seen a great deal of Angela.
Yes, Angela's given me a sense of guilt. I've been absent so much, I've missed out on being a part of the local activities.
Oh, yes, you have missed out on a great deal. Angela, however, has been very active.
Now, here is my blank check to cover the cost of the costumes. Make it out for whatever you want, Mrs. Bannerman.
Oh, how generous.
What part do you have in mind for me, Gracie?
Oh, I'll give it a lot of thought, doll. I'll try to come up with something that'll bring out the real you.
Oh, I see you have company. We won't keep you anymore. Good night, Harry. Good night, Gracie.
Good night. Good night, Harry.
You know, I think it's about time. What's the hardware?
Oh, this is Opie's sharpshooting medal. He pinned me last night, didn't he?
That's right.
And he is just about to sing a song that he wrote especially for me.
That's right, too.
Now, look, why don't you and I step
why
outside?
don't you just run along and write a song? Well, come on, get.
Glad to, man. If a man's in love, he wants to sing it to the whole world.
I was so forlorn and so blue, missing the kissing I knew. Then I saw you and wow, I ain't lonely now, seeing as how you're my boojum. I was oh so low I could crawl. Now I'm 11 feet tall. Swear that I'll kiss a sow if I'm lonely now, seeing as how you're my boojum. Now I'll swing from a star and play my guitar. You made me forget my old flame. Your cute little face has taken her place. I've even forgotten her name. Oh, you brought a new love to me. Baby, how happy we'll be. Holy smoke, holy cow, I ain't lonely now, seeing as how you're my boojum. My boo 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 boojum.
You know who's going to be the Pilgrims? Well, the Army. Hey, so you know who's going to volunteer to join the Indians? Us. And then when the rumble's over, we've wiped out the Army. Now, wait.
Well, this is it.
the day of days at Putnam's Landing, where pilgrims meet Indians and civilians meet army. And doves of peace whisper gently that all must learn to live happily side by side.
Friends and neighbors, there is a well-known saying that coming events cast their shadows. Now, today, I hope... Well, so much for that. I will now take you back many, many years to the time when our eastern seacoast was occupied by hostile Indians. On this day in the early 1600s, the Indians are celebrating a happy event, the betrothal of beautiful Princess Pocahontas, the daughter of Chief Powhatan, to the handsome young brave White Wing. In true Indian fashion, the young lovers learn of the sweet mysteries of marriage from the most experienced member of the tribe, Princess Flaming Teepee. Legend has it that Princess Flaming Teepee has broken up many a wigwam. The Indians were unaware they were gazing at the good ship Mayflower. Suddenly, the princess's dance was cut short. I repeat, suddenly the princess's dance was cut short.
Mrs. Hoffa! Mrs. Hoffa! The boat is here!
Thorwald to Bannerman, you're on. Get the lead out of your pilgrim.
Bannerman to Thorwald, Wilco and out, sir. Captain Hoxie, you will proceed to shore.
All right, snap to it, you guys. Let's get this clam bake over with.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a glorious moment in history, the landing of the Pilgrims on Plymouth Rock. First to set foot on the rock was Governor John Carver, who was to rule the little colony wisely and well. Let us all watch in reverent silence.
Here's a Plymouth Rock greased.
What else, man?
Boat! Boat!
Leader of the Pilgrims is Captain John Smith, the Indians prepared to burn him at the stake. But at the last minute, Pocahontas intercedes to plead for the life of Captain John Smith and for the others. For those of you who do not understand Indian Sign Language, I will translate. Father, I beg of you, do not destroy this paleface until you know whether he and his people come to us as friend or foe.
The rubble! Now!
Now!
Here that this peaceful relationship continued for over 100 years.
Mayflower to General Thorwald. Sir, my ship seems to be changing position rapidly.
Is it changing to port or to starboard?
I would say it's downward, sir. Sir, I've got a bit of a problem.
Don't give up the ship.
Aye, aye, sir. Calling General Thorwald, sir. Over and under.
In a last desperate effort to save the day, General Thorwald decided to let the governing body of Putnam's Landing in on the big secret. Now we find Captain Hoxie in charge of a chimpanzee. He, the one on the left, plays an important role in the Army's closely guarded secret.
Ah, here's the secret we are going to share. Come on, Leroy. There we are. This little fellow is going to take a journey into space and return alive. Aren't you? Yes, he agrees. Every conceivable precaution has been taken for his safe return. It's 99 9/10% assured. But that is why we are sending this little fellow instead of a human volunteer. Now then, we will enact for you just what will take place in the foreseeable future. Up to the point of takeoff, of course. Captain, would you take Leroy and put him up in the cone, please?
Yes, sir.
There. Leroy won't let anybody but Captain Hoxie. Put him up there.
Well, lately he's begun to fight me, too. You see what I mean, sir?
This may take a little time, so while we're waiting for Leroy to get housed in the cone, I'd like to show you the extreme precaution we will take at the actual launching. Follow me, gentlemen.
Now, gentlemen, if all these gadgets confuse you, believe me, you are not alone. Only the big brains, the scientists, know the inner workings. In layman's language, it boils down to lever number 1, lever number 2, and the button. Now, if you'll retain that simple thought, I'll take you into control room number 2. This way, gentlemen. There, please.
You will follow me, please. They've been together so much, I think they're getting on each other's nerves.
No. Now, you remember the controls in the other room. Lever number 1, lever number 2, and the button. Now, gentlemen, this is indeed a mechanized age we're living in. For instance, excuse me.
At the base hospital, they removed Grace's wet clothes and dismissed her. As an afterthought, they gave her this outfit.
You see, each step of this complicated procedure can be followed on these panels around the room here. And later you'll be able to see the activity at the actual launching site. But, gentlemen, in the final analysis, it is the human equation that really counts.
Hello, operator. I was told that I would find General Thorwald in control room number 1, but he... Never mind.
I just missed you at the base hospital. They told me that they had ordered you home and straight to bed.
I have to apologize to General Thorwald first. Thank you.
Well, forget about General Thorwald. You know, maybe you better apologize to me.
Harry!
This is a showdown. And the first thing I have to say is I love you, and I'm tired of sleeping in the guest room. And the second thing that I have to say is that I'm a man who wants his wife back, and I'm going to get her back, too, because I am right on my side, and no pig-headed woman's going to wreck my home.
The rocket cannot be launched until all are agreed that conditions are perfect. At that moment, lever number 1 here and lever number 1 in the other room are full.
Harry, you're going berserk!
Not only that, but I am running amok.
Now, watch. This is our closed-circuit color television, and I will try to describe some of the intricacies of this massive operation. Now, this on the side is the crane. We call it the gantry. Now, here you see a long shot of the crane, and there it is. There's the rocket, which is 90 feet high. Now, in a moment, the crane will be removed. Every man becomes tense as we near the end of the countdown. Although this is only a dry run, one still gets a great feeling of excitement. Then, if the men controlling lever number 2 are in accord, the same thing applies. Follow?
Now, then, while I'm still the aggressor, we're going to get one thing straight. There was absolutely nothing going on between me and Angela Hoffa. But I mean absolutely nothing going on.
Stop. I believe you.
Would you like to clarify that statement?
I have faith in you.
Do you have a fever? I mean, you're not yourself. Like this afternoon, jumping into the bay, trying to end it all because your pageant was a flop.
Oh,
I mean,
honey, you're lovably stupid.
Aren't you ashamed? I mean, did you forget that you're the mother of 2 children?
No. I was thinking of their father. See, when I saw you hit the water and I didn't see you come up.
I mean, you tried to... Honey, the deepest water you've ever been in is the bathtub. I mean, without water wings.
And now, when all are agreed the conditions are perfect, and during the countdown procedure at X-5, 2 men must make the same momentous decision to press the identical buttons setting off the electronic triggering device.
Oh, Grace Oglethorpe, home we go. And then I'm going to put you in a hot tub of water.
Yeah, what else?
And then I'm going to give you a big snifter of hot brandy.
Yeah, what else?
And so to bed. And then we'll attempt to solve my problem. Oh, what do you say to that?
Now, when the triggering device is set off, the red light goes on overhead, and Leroy is on his way. Go.
Now. The red light is on.
Leroy, where's Hoxie?
Is that Hoxie up there?
Who else?
Can he get out?
If he had sense enough to eject himself, you float down.
And be court-martialed.
Hello.
Good luck, Harry.
Thank you.
Who was that?
Angela Hoffa.